What's up, guys? This is the third shelf of my movie collection of my drama section. First movie would be There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm not a huge Daniel Day-Lewis fan, nor am I a Paul Thomas Anderson fan. This movie was very slow, in my opinion, and didn't maintain my interest through the whole thing. There wasn't even really a bunch of noticeable actors that were in this movie. Very long movie too, 158 minutes. Yeah, this I wouldn't recommend this to anyone, but to each their own. Everyone, different people like different movies. This just is not my style. Next, we have The Air I Breathe. This came out in a time when, oh God, what was the movie? One of those huge ensemble cast movies like Crash and all that, where all of the storylines intertwine. That was the big thing this year that this movie came out. So, you got all these actors. This was a straight to DVD release too, if I remember correctly. But yeah, like, it's one of those dramas where everyone intertwines and runs into each other, and then everything ultimately ends up working out or not. Not the best movie. Definitely not as good as Crash. Better than Babel, though. But all in all, just an average movie with some good actors. Next, we have Elizabeth, The Golden Age. This one was okay. I'm not a huge Cate Blanchett fan, but she does good with these Elizabeth movies. I still haven't, I want to check out the first one. I haven't seen that one, but I've heard it's better than this one. But this one also is very good. Yep, hour and 55 minutes there. A lot of pretty good actors in this movie here, but definitely worth checking out if you like these kind of period piece movies. Next, we have Rescue Dawn with Christian Bale and Steve Zahn. This one was actually pretty good. It was pretty depressing, seeing what the POWs went through in Vietnam. I mean, I'm sure this is nowhere near as bad as it actually was, but that's what they were trying to portray. And Christian Bale goes all out with his acting deals too. He'll go anorexic like he did in Machinist. But, I mean, this is definitely worth checking out. Vietnam POW movie. I'd recommend this if you're a big Christian Bale fan or a big Vietnam War movie fan. Next, we have Unhitched. I saw the trailer to this and thought it might be good. It's a British romantic comedy movie, and I hated it. I thought it was going to be like, one of those Matthew McConaughey chick flick movies, or like The Best Man or something like that. This was nowhere near as good as any of those. Stuart Townsend shows why he doesn't really lead a lot of movies. Amy Smart, I don't think, was really in her prime yet, and Seth Green is always kind of known for taking some weird roles. But yeah, I'd avoid this one if I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it. That's for sure. Next, we have Behind the Mask. I bought this mainly because I was a big Bradley Whitford fan from The West Wing, Mary McDonald from Battlestar Galactica, and Matthew Fox from Lost. Then you got Donald Sutherland in there, so just the cast kind of sold me on this movie. This was back before I had Netflix, when I would just buy any new release that came out that was kind of interesting. And this one wasn't very good. Yeah, I mean, unless you're looking for something you haven't really seen before, maybe then I'd check this out, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it. Next we have Friends with Money with Jennifer Aniston. This one was okay. Not as good as I thought it would be, considering the cast, but it was average. If you're a Jennifer Aniston fan, you'd probably enjoy it. I'm not a big Frances McDermott fan, but I love great cast there. Scott Conn, Jason Isaacs, both underrated actors. Love them both. So yeah, check this out if you're a Jennifer Aniston fan. Next we have Find Me Guilty with Vin Diesel, when he was trying to get out of doing all of his action sequels and decided to try to flex his acting ability, only to realize he doesn't have it. Yeah, this makes a good coaster right here. This was not good. That's about all I can say about this. Is do not watch this if you have not seen it. Then we have The Life of David Gale with Kevin Spacey. Great cast, great movie. One of those movies where you really have to watch every detail, which I love those type of movies. Kevin Spacey, say what you want about him as a person, but as an actor, he is definitely top of the line, and he proves it in this movie. Yeah, definitely a good cast there. Kate Winslet, Laura Linney. But yeah, every detail matters in this movie. Every detail. Then we have Cassandra's Dream. I'm not a huge Ewan McGregor fan. I do like Colin Farrell, but this movie was only average. It wasn't that great. Another British movie. Well, it's a Woody Allen movie too, so that's probably why it's weird. But yeah, it's only average. Next we have Lee Daniels, The Butler. Again, this one, I heard a lot of hype about this movie. The cast is wow. I mean, there's a lot of really good actors in this movie. I just found the movie to kind of be less than what I thought it would be. And kind of uninteresting in a way. Kind of boring. But the cast was great. But just the overall movie was just kind of meh. At least for me anyway. Forrest Whitaker has definitely done better work. Next we have The Fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes. This is a really good twisted movie, man. Robert De Niro, he delivers whenever he's really into something. Wesley Snipes is just Wesley Snipes, but Robert De Niro shows why he's one of the best actors here. Love Tony Scott movies. Cheaper budget kind of thriller movies. Great cast. I even forgot Benicio del Toro was in this movie. But yeah, definitely check this out if you haven't seen it. If you're a Robert De Niro or Wesley Snipes fan, worth checking out. Next we have one that I wasn't too fond of this one. Long movie again, very slow. Definitely not Brad Pitt's best work. The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. I mean, the cast is incredible in this movie, but it was not very good at all. I mean, I paid $1 for it, and I wouldn't have paid more than that. Next, we have 187 with Samuel L. Jackson. At first, I thought I was kind of on the fence about this movie. I thought it's definitely like a Dangerous Minds type of movie, only with the volume turned way up. This movie is violent. Teacher going crazy, killing students. I mean, definitely check this out if, this is early Samuel L. Jackson too. Kevin Reynolds makes some great movies. Great cast. check this out. If you thought Dangerous Minds was something and you haven't seen this one, check this out. Next we have Duplicity with Julia Roberts and Clive Owen. Quite a cast in this movie. Only an average movie. Not Julia Roberts' worst movie, but not her best either. Just kind of average. I mean, worth checking out if you're a fan of either of these actors. Next, we have The Devil Wears Prada. I thought I'd hate this movie. The cast proved me wrong. I'm not a huge Meryl Streep fan, but she does really well in this movie. Anne Hathaway is an amazing actress. Very well-rounded. She can do all types of roles. Stanley Tucci, you know, one of the best actors out there. You got Simon Baker, Emily Blunt. I mean, so many good actors in this movie. Check this out if you haven't seen it before. Definitely worth seeing. Next, we have Home of the Brave. I bought this mainly, you know, this was again back before I had Netflix because of the cast. And it turned out to be only average. You know, it's definitely not the type of, you thought it was going to be a war movie. It's kind of not. It's more of the effects of coming back from war. And it's kind of cheaply done. You know, it's a straight-to-DVD movie. I don't think this was in the theater at all. I mean, check it out if you haven't seen it before, but I wouldn't go out of my way to see it. Then we have Dan in Real Life with Steve Carell. This is when he first started to venture off from The Office. He definitely does better stuff later on. But this was an okay movie. It wasn't his best work. Does that a lot later on. I mean, it's some solid work for someone just coming off a TV series who hasn't really done motion pictures before. I loved him in Get Smart. Next, we have Rumor Has It with Jennifer Aniston. This one was much better than Friends with Money. This is a Jennifer Aniston movie here. This was good. You know, great cast. You know, even Shirley MacLaine does really well in this movie. I mean, Rob Reiner always makes some decent movies, and this is no exception. Check this out if you haven't seen it before. Then we have The Breakfast Club, a classic. You know, can't go wrong with The Breakfast Club. This was always on TV when I got off of school sometimes. You know, early Emilio Estevez. You know, John Hughes movie, Anthony Michael Hall. You know, great movie. I'm sure all of you have seen this. Then we have Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. Not his best work. I remember watching this as a kid and thought it was much better than when I watched it as an adult. Kind of slow. You know, I thought it was going to be mainly about baseball. It really wasn't. Great cast, though. Just kind of one of those movies you loved as a kid and not as much as an adult. Next, we have Crash. This is, again, one of those every character runs into each other randomly throughout the movie kind of thing. Put Paul Haggis on the map. Never really did much after that. He did write Casino Royale. But again, amazing cast. This was a good movie for one of these types of movies. I mean, just look at that cast. That's insane. But yeah, definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it before. Then we have Random Hearts with Harrison Ford. I don't remember much about this movie, but you know, Sidney Pollack always does some creative stuff, and yeah, so I can't really say this was a good or bad movie because I don't really remember much about it. Comment down below if you've seen this. Let me know what you think of it. Next, we have Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston. This was actually pretty good. You know, I didn't think it was going to be that good, but it actually was pretty good. Jennifer Aniston and Mark Wahlberg both do well. You know, the supporting cast is okay. Not the best, but these two really carry the movie anyway. Check it out if you love movies about music. Next, you have The Clearing with Robert Redford and William Dafoe. Solid movie. I don't remember how well this did in the theater, but still a solid movie. Enjoyable to watch. This was Robert Redford, and you know, didn't really make a lot of flops. You know, this was before his retirement. Yeah, so check this out if you haven't seen it before. Then lastly for this shelf, we have While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman. Great chick flick movie. Great little twist. You know, amazing cast. Great story. Definitely check this out if you haven't seen it before. Can't go wrong. But yeah, that'll do it for this shelf. Please like and subscribe. The support is welcomed, and I thank you for it. Otherwise, until next time.